Hi, everyone. It's Hunter Lott, your HR problem solver on demand. From our series, Please Sue Me, an update on COVID. I know we're weary of this topic, but it's not going to go away anytime soon. If you go on any of the major employment law websites, Littler, Fisher Phillips, Seyfarth Shaw, you'll see trackers on the litigation revolving around COVID. 5,700 cases up since March of 2020. And you can imagine centralized in some of the bigger states. Interesting that a lot of them have been smaller companies, less than 100 employees, typically revolving around the leave and the amount of leave involved. Some companies here, the allegations were that the company used COVID-19 as kind of cover on a pregnancy discrimination leave, announced the pregnancy, allegedly made comments, obviously not a very good employee before the leave. This is not best practices. And always careful involving leaves, but especially trying to find the cover of using the cover of COVID-19. EEOC just recently published some revised guidelines on handling of testing revolving around COVID. They really didn't back off of testing so much, but that they shifted kind of the emphasis. In the past, under the Americans with Disabilities Act, COVID, a direct threat, gave us a lot of latitude as employers making decisions. Now they're reeling in a little bit, saying, hey, things change. Yes, you can certainly test, but consider the community transmission, the status of employees, breakthrough infections, ease of transmission. Take more of a business necessity type approach. Yes, you can still go after individual employees if you have objective evidence that they may have COVID. And again, it's business necessity. There are state and local guidelines that are in place, some of them temporary, some of them permanent. Here's a great resource to kind of track those in your area. This is from Fisher Phillips, again, one of the major employment law firms, talks about this new interpretation from EEOC and just saying, hey, heads up, here are some things you may look at and need to look at in your testing procedures. Don't forget that the CDC is a great resource for information revolving around the leave, around their recommendations for isolation, and how as an employer we should respond. No small factor going forward that the leaves are going to be the issues and how we handle the various leaves related to COVID and quarantine, isolation, and managing headcount during this time. Happy to look at your COVID policy or any policy. Send me your handbooks. I'll review the handbook and send back my snarky comments. Thanks for being here today. We'll see you next time on Take 5.